Are you feeling stuck, like in a cycle of repetition where you're manifesting the same life over and over and over and over and over again? Do you feel like you're not making progress towards your goals, your dreams, your vision? No matter how hard you try, you get pulled back. In this video, we're going to talk about this. We're going to explore the reasons, or a couple of reasons, why you may be manifesting the same life repeatedly, and also what you can do to break free from this pattern. So let's dive into it. This is a part of our Manifestation Masterclass. It's a free community, and there's a link below this video. It's on purpose that I use this rubber band, because this is how I felt for so many years. And let me just start explaining that situation, how it felt and why, because maybe you can relate to it. And then after that, I'll show you what I mean with the rubber band, and also how you can escape that feeling of being stuck in the same hamster wheel. So, for many years, my life was a struggle. My business was a struggle. I felt like there's something bigger and better for me, but at the same time, I felt like no matter how hard I worked for this, I was getting pulled back. I started here, and I was like, okay, I work harder, and back. This was around money, but not only that, because I did different projects, like wrote books, created websites, all of the things that's been mentioned during at least my years when I was younger. I did all of the stuff, and still I was back. And I felt like the rubber band. I felt like, okay, I'm trying to do this, but it's going to be more work. I'm doing the work, but it's like it's not really working. And it's like I just work harder. I get more stressed. I'm stretching myself, and yet back. And then I tried again, and yet back. And even when I look back, it was the same with my health at that time, because I said, okay, I want to be in better shape. So I start running, start doing weights. I always trained with weights, but be more serious about it. And again, it was like I felt like I was stretching it only to get sick or something else, and I was back. Even relationships. When I was younger, I had different relationships, and it was like I tried to make it work, but for some reason, it felt like I was stretching it so much, and then either relationship was done, or the thing that I wanted to change in the relationship, back to where I started. Can you relate to this? The feelings that was attached for me around this it was struggle. It was like, why do I have to end up the same place? Why does it have to be so hard for me? And in relationships, it was like, I feel that I'm doing so much, and yet it's not really working. And I even remember when I got my leadership job, I had some very great jobs. I actually created a team from zero and had 500 people in my team 12 years after we started. It was not my company, but I was co-creating it. And I remember working at the office. I had a desk there, and I was also out in the shops all the time. But there was so much coming in, like letters, before emails at the time, but letters coming in. And I always said, I wish that my bank account got filled that easy. And it felt like I was working so hard. I never had money enough. And yet all the troubles, they just came to me. And I really tried to fix it, only to get back to here. Stressed, frustrated, desperate, a feeling of no matter how hard I tried, I always end up the same place. Something must be wrong with me. Just being honest here, that's how I felt, and I know now that I could go even deeper with this, because that's the thing, right? We try, and only to come back. Feel free to share your story, or if you know there's something that pops up for you, in the comments. So what is this all about? See, there's two things that came to me. The rubber band came to me, and this, because that's how I felt, getting pulled back. But there's two things. How can we escape this? There's two things. And here's the thing with manifestation. Let's say that a person, I've been very much into Neville Goddard the last, a month now, reading, studying, doing the meditations and all of that. And I was like, I shared this in the videos too, that Neville Goddard says, focus your mind on what you desire, keep visualizing that, and turn your back on the things that you don't like. You do not prefer, the things you don't want in your life. Now, let's say that this is the beginning. This is where we are now. This is the total of all of you and me. And let's say that we know now, this is science, this is data. We know now that most of our beliefs are created in early childhood. So you and I, we got some programming from our early years, days. And we also know that in that time, a human being, you were, I am, was in like a hypnotic state. So when we get something in, we're like, zoop, it just goes in. So if a person has rooted a belief in their core, like not being good enough, I had that belief. Or if it's money is hard to make, or money is always scarce, or just think about it, just reflect, just take a second and reflect. What's the answer to this question for you? When I grew up, money was, it's a great question. And probably whatever comes up there for you, it's got something to do with those beliefs. Something you heard, something you saw, something you experienced, probably with your parents or mom or dad. In the beginning, I've been through all of these exercises, and I helped my client through all of these exercises, and I see again and again that this is where it is. We start here, then we got a desire, and as we try to work ourselves into the new reality, it feels like this. So, one thing is that just however old you are right now, just think about it. How many days have you been on this planet? And only the first couple of years, probably your core beliefs around money, around love, around being good enough, they're installed like most of other people, or all other people. So imagine that's been there all of your life. Now you get a desire, and you're like, okay, I want to create wealth. You try, but it feels hard. You got all of you right here, and now you want to create wealth. You want to do something new. You want to train a new habit. You want to shift your reality, and that feels hard. It's whatever we're doing, when we're doing something new, for most people it feels hard, Go to the gym for the first time. How do you feel the days after? Exhausted, right? Until it becomes a habit, until your muscles grow, until you get adapted to that and you need to put more weight on or run longer or faster. So we try to do something new and it feels like this. Same thing, try study a new language. I'm studying Spanish and sometimes my brain feels like And it's so easy when this happened to go back. So that might be one thing. Let's say your whole being, you got in that core of you got those beliefs and now you want to change them or shift them. So you can try to work yourself out of those like I did for so many years. I just tried to work harder, but I still came back to those beliefs that I was not good enough, that money was scarce. That was my reality all the time because the seeds was I'm not good enough, money is scarce. Makes sense? So now we want to change. And think of this. So one, we know that only 5% of something is the conscious mind here. The rest is the subconscious mind. And all of those beliefs are in the subconscious mind. Now we want to change. So the 5% want to change the 100%. So imagine this. Reality is kind of like mirroring. I did a video not long ago about that, around that. The mirror effect is mirroring whatever goes on inside of you. And we have to know and understand and believe that to work with the things that I'm sharing here. So reality is mirroring whatever goes on inside of you. Your RAS, that's science too. Mechanism is just filtering everything and the things that you believe will show up in your life. Now you want new things to show up. So imagine this, you want some new things to show up. So there's time delay, meaning like I've experienced this many times. I want something new to happen and I want it to happen now. But maybe like with the gym, it do take some time. So, and all of that time, my old beliefs about, maybe from earlier, my beliefs was that I don't have a fit body or I have fat on my stomach or something like that. Old beliefs. I try to work out a little, and those old beliefs, they win. But imagine, I take the gym example here, imagine that I keep going to the gym, that I keep sleeping good, drink enough water, and eat healthy. With time, well, my body will change. Also, that I take the time to let my body do its work. It will change. Fact for probably all. But again, those old beliefs, they're down there saying, you're fat, Michael. You have too much fat on your stomach. You're never going to get a six-pack. So you try and only to come back here. Sometime it will happen that something says, don't go to the gym, doesn't work, it's not going to work or something like that. Back. So this one is winning. So to get over here instead, the time, let's go back to that. If we take that, it will take some time. So we have to understand that the old things are still showing up. And those things, when they show up, it's kind of like a test. Do I really want this life that I say that I desire? Do you really want that desired life of yours? If you do, when the thing shows up that are the old programming, if you get too attached to those things, guess what? You just put more energy into those and it's going to be even more difficult. That is what Neville Goddard speaks about when he says turn your back on them. So when the old things are showing up, the old program is showing up, one trick, one tip, one technique, whatever you want to call it, that I've used is to keep reminding myself, okay, that's something old. It's not what I prefer. I don't want to spend time in this. I want to spend time in the reality that I do want to live in, my desired reality. So something old is showing up. Instead of getting attached to it, look the other way and focus there. Just know, okay, it was something old showing up. And the more you focus on what you want, things will show up. And when they show up, remember to celebrate them. Like, yeah, really, because when you do that, that means that those old things will be smaller and smaller, because you are like getting stronger. You're programming yourself when you celebrate. You're programming yourself to, this is what I want. This is what I speak about. Give me more. You know how it feels when you celebrate, right? Look at football stars or soccer stars or tennis players. When they score, when something is happening, they are celebrating. They are programming themselves for success. So that's one thing. And keep reminding yourself that, okay, some old things showing up. Go to the gym and your mind is screaming, doesn't work, I can't do it, and things like that. It's too tough, it's too hard. Just remember, it's old things showing up. It's trying to get you back there. But maybe go to the gym. Let's say you set a goal. Go to the gym 3 times this week. Do it. And celebrate the hell out of yourself. Good job. Do that. And next week, do the same thing. And just remember, this is where the fight is, if you can call it that. You just remember that something old is trying to get you back. But as you do it and keep doing it and keep celebrating yourself, you will see more and more things showing up. So it will become a habit to go to the gym. With that, obviously, if that's your desire, you'll begin to celebrate yourself and you'll begin to see results. And you can celebrate those results too. And that belief with time will change. And as that belief change, well, guess what? You look different in the mirror. Same thing with your reality. So let's say you want to grow your business, double up your business. You want to make a bigger impact. Same thing like the gym. You try something, but it doesn't work. And it's easy to get back. Some deep-rooted belief is in there. But let's say you, like with the gym example, let's say you just do it. And you do it again and again, and you celebrate yourself. If you've got a team around you, even more important, celebrate with them. And begin to watch your reality shift. Makes sense? So, patience is one thing, and I see that in the Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and in Neville Goddard's work, it's like persistence. Keep thinking about the thing that you do desire, and just have this rubber band in mind. Rubber band in mind. So that was one thing. Now the other thing that came to my mind, and I'm going to share this with you here. The other thing that came to my mind with this, I'm going to end this video in a moment and show you exactly what I speak about. I worked for so many years. I worked so hard, and I ended up with $1.5 million debt back in 2008 after the financial crisis. Everything was going good before that. I had a lot of money. I had 20 apartments and great job, and I had a lot of money in the book. Financial crisis came. I ended up with $1.5 million. I actually ended up with no job also. So that was crazy times. And I could actually have ended it all there, say I don't want to do this anymore. But I didn't. So I succeeded. I paid off the debt, built a company. And in less than 5 years, I had 60 people in my company, and I got financially free until the next thing happened. And that was a relationship with a woman that I thought to be my dream woman. And the only thing was, it was not. So it was 5 years, nearly 6 years of manipulation and lies. Took all life force out of me. I don't know if you tried this. So I actually ended up with nearly nothing because for me, and this is getting deeper here, but it relates to this, for me, there was still some very deep-rooted beliefs. And those beliefs were so stuck in me, trapped in the darkness, that I couldn't find them. I had a vision of becoming free. I couldn't touch, I couldn't feel those beliefs before. That's my belief today, before I met this woman. She was there. It was so tough, but it was also my transformation. And here comes the thing, because all of those trapped energies, beliefs, emotions, whatever you want to call it, when I began to look into those, it was kind of like they're down here. They kept pulling me back. So what I learned after my breakup with this woman and this relationship was that there was so much trapped inside of me, and I had to not try to by force try to escape it, but I actually had to look it into the eyes, to feel it, to be with it, to transform it. So that was what I did for a couple of years. And here comes this example. I know this, it might resonate with you, but it might also be something like, I don't really get it. There's something in what Michael is saying here, but I don't really get it. And I know that because I've been there. I heard people speaking about these things, and there's something in it, but it's kind of like a soap. I don't really get it. But the thing is, if you feel those emotions of something is trapped in there, something is not right, you're using too much force or energy and still not getting results, and you understood this with the rubber band. Now here comes the thing, because down here, there's the root beliefs, all the trapped energy, all the negativity, all the fear. And when I began to look into this, I transformed it, not by force anymore, but actually by being with it and letting it go. And then it transformed. So these are words, I know. So it's more like my story. You might resonate with that. You might feel that there's something in that story that you can relate to. Now what happened for me, here comes the example, is that when I learned to let go of all what kept me down here, guess what happens when I let go down here? What happens with the rubber band? You want to see it? Poof. That was how it felt for me. Like I became free. All the things that pulled me down, the darkness, turned into light. And one thing about this is it's not like a one thing and everything changed. This was ongoing, and I can honestly say for me that things are still showing up, but now I do understand and know what it is about. But our mind is very tricky, so my mind too, it's gonna take us into different routes because it doesn't want to look into the things that's hidden in there. And from my experience, last thing here is that sometimes it's looking into it, sometimes it's turning the back to it. There's no right or wrong here. The only thing I know from my own is that having a mentor that I've had for so many years, different mentors, having mentors that helped me and knew what this was about and could trigger those things in me and help me transform those things from love, that's been one of the biggest things for me, really a big help. So I hope this helped you, and again, feel free to comment below, and also the link is below for our manifestation masterclass, where in there I put some foundational trainings for manifestation, getting clear on your dream life, and also the mindset shifting and going even deeper than that, the transformation of your maybe traumas, maybe trapped emotions, things that are limiting you, so you can turn them into supporting. So I hope this helped, and I look forward to see you in another video, and lots of love.